Again, shalom to everyone. Today we're learning Zera Shimshon Parashat letter Hey. It's a beautiful Zera Shimshon. Those who have books, look inside. Those who can't, it's fine also. So Parashat talks about blessings and curses, but the blessings are follows the path of HaShem. He will have blessings. So one of the following ingredients are keeping ma'aser. As Torah says, aser ta'aser. Et kol tvot zarecha. Hayotzeh asadeh shana shana. Everything that grows in your field, you have to give ma'aser. But you want to give extra ma'aser, then do aser ta'aser, double ma'aser, 20%. More than that, it's a sin. It's not allowed to give tzedakah ma'aser more than 20%. So now, we'll ask a few questions here before we start. Why this week's Parsha talks about Maaser, number one. Number two, what me keeping Torah or giving strength to the Torah has to do with Maaser. And how do I know a person gives Maaser, he could become rich? Because Torah says, Asher ta'aser. Aser bishvil shatit asher. So aser read as asher. Sin shin, just put that on the other side, it will be shin. So it says, whoever gives maaser is going to become rich. Who gave this guarantee? How do you know? Maybe it's not true. So all these questions we will answer, but before that, we need to give introduction. This week's Parashat Re'eh, falls all the time on a Shabbat right before month of Elul. If you will look at the word of the name of the Parsha, Re'eh, Resh, Aleph, Hey. So our rabbis explain this. If you will open the abbreviations of these letters, will be Re'eh, Elul, Higia. Look, Elul is approaching. Means Teshuvah. Fix your actions, get closer to HaShem, fix your path, the way you talk, the way you think, the way you eat, the way you sit, the way you sleep, the way you learn, the way you pray. Everything HaShem wants us to improve. So now, why is talking about Maaser? Tzedakah, Maaser. Of course, before the new year, person gives tzedakah, takes his bad decree away. But there's much more than that. Our rabbis teach us the main thing person should do is always write in spirituality Hashem's name. When you have kavanah in prayer, have kavanah yud and then hey and then vav and then hey. Write Hashem's name. So even in giving tzedakah, there's writing Hashem's name. How? The coin is like letter yud. Maaser, Hashem says, give maaser, letter yud. Why? Because this is the smallest letter in the Torah. Yud looks like a coin, round. Your 5 fingers, letter hey. Hey gematria 5. You take a coin and you extend your hand straight. That is letter vav. And you give tzedakah to the poor guy's hands. That is letter hey. So the Gemara, Zohar, says 12 months have 12 different names of Hashem. This month has name Hey, Vav, Yud. From the pasuk Utzdaka Tiye Lanu Ki. So if you look at the last letters, Utzdaka letter Hey, Tiye letter Hey, Lanu letter Vav, Ki letter Yud. When you give tzedakah, it will take away your bad decrees. This is one answer. Second answer, Yaakov Avinu, when he was born, Esav didn't want him to be born. So Yaakov Avinu was holding his with two hands the heel of Esau. Two hands have 10 fingers. That is letter Yud. So Esau originally was written Asui, Ain, Sin, Vav, Yud. So Yaakov took his Yud away. So when person gives tzedakah, like a coin, like a letter Yud, Maaser could be 1 point, 1 coin, could be 100 coins, could be 10 coins. But when you do that, you holding Esau's leg back, as did Yaakov Avinu. And this also brings ultimate Geulah Be'ezrat Hashem. So now, let's look how Zera Shimshon looked at the Parsha and begin learning. Of course, I want to let you know, we're still deciding. Next Thursday will be your TED of Zera Shimshon. And we're thinking to make something really big. Or it will be big in our house, or it will be big in the restaurant. So stay tuned. Next week is not going to be on Tuesday, it will be on Thursday. And we will let you know if the shiur will be only for men, or since already 7 years, 6 years, women sending their husbands to come to shiur, their children to come to shiur, maybe we'll make for men and women. Please give me suggestions, to personal, to group, doesn't matter. I'm looking forward to hear the answers. And if you want to say, no, we want to keep private only for men, fine. Oh, no, we want to say, thank you, Akaradato, women sending us for 6 years to learn Zera Shimshon. And for the 6 years, over 1,000 different people we had. So therefore, if you're interested to be part of it, please let me know. Okay, you want to be one of the sponsors, let me know. We have already one sponsor who really covered more than half of the event. And if you're interested, please let me know if we should make at home or in the restaurant, only men or men and women, let me know. Now, let's look later. Hey, Zera Shimshon in the book, page Shin Lamet Zayin, 337. Midrash Yalkut. Midrash in Yalkut Shimoni says, regarding the pasuk, Aser ta'aser, give 10% maaser. By the way, guys, I want to tell you, I was shocked when I heard from Rav Yitzchak Yosef himself a few months ago. He said, if person does not hold strong, means he barely makes parnasa, he wants to put maaser away for his children's weddings, he is allowed to do so. Let's say you made $1,000, you want to give 100 out of 1,000 to maaser, do it. But take $5 or $10 out of this, give it to a poor man. $90, keep your son's wedding, keep for your son's wedding, keep for your daughter's wedding. You're allowed to put maaser away, make your children's wedding, but from there give certain percent to tzedakah. It's very big psak, and I believe it's only for Sfaradim. For Ashkenazim, different law, because we never. I don't want to go more than this to this topic. Okay, so it's more likely for Sfaradim. Okay. Midrash Yalkut al pasuk aser ta'aser. You have to give maaser. V'samachta b'chol hatov. And then pasuk continues, you will be happy with all the good. And what good? And tov ela Torah. The good is Torah. Learning Torah is good. It says, HaShem says, my good Torati al ta'azovu. Don't let go my Torah. Lefikach, therefore, Moshe Masir et Israel aser ta'aser. Moshe Rabbeinu says, hey, Klal Israel, give maaser, give 10%. Why? Because once you give 10%, you'll be very happy. With all the good, you'll be happy. And be good for Torah. What is going on? We still don't know. How can you give maaser? A poor guy will be happy. Cohen will be happy. Levi will be happy. So how you will be happy? That's the good question. And what is to do with Torah? Now, let's go next. By the way, I want to say thank you to those who are taking their time to come and learn this Shimshon tonight. I'm sorry, I know it's a little bit awkward that, we're not in a person. It's through Zoom. But Be'ezrat Hashem, from next week starts September school. Already everything back to normal. Zera Shimshons, back to normal Gemara classes. Everything will be Be'ezrat Hashem back to normal. So prepare your seatbelts. And this is shocking. The Ma'inyan Torah L'Maaser. What's the connection between Torah and giving 10%? Ubilvad, and this is what we wrote before. Also, Odish Nomar, and also we could say B'Masha Katavna Mufarshim. This is what Mufarshim wrote. Rambam. The Yesh Chiluk Ben Masha Kadosh Baruch Hu Maftiach Al Yedei Atzmo, Uben Ma Shevtiach Al Yedei Shaliach O Navi. There is difference. If Hashem says to you, you will have good time and you will be happy, or Hashem sends a messenger or prophet to tell us there will be good time for us, we'll be happy. So here Hashem is saying, but what's the difference? Who says it? The answer is, Rambam says, if Hashem speaks himself, you will do this, I will make you good. Hashem is boss. He could fulfill it, or he could just say, you know what, I'm canceling it. It's not going to happen. What Hashem promises himself, he could nullify himself. But when Hashem sends a messenger or a prophet to say something good will happen, never Hashem will stop this. Why? Because Hashem doesn't want people to think, oh, prophets are fake, the messengers are fake. So therefore Hashem doesn't. Hashem, his words, he could nullify. The words to the prophet or to the messenger, he will never nullify. So now Rambam says, when Hashem promises something on his own, or Hashem promises to do the prophet or messenger. Whatever Hashem promises to us himself, like he says, give ma'aser, you'll be happy with everything. What? Who said that? Hashem said that. So he could nullify it. Hashem does whatever he feels like. But if Hashem promises through the messenger, Hashem cannot go back on his word. If Hashem goes back on his own promise, people will say a prophet or a messenger is a liar. So now, Zera Shimshon brings the words of the Navi, Divrei Hayamim. It says, Katuv, Vayomed la'am le'yoshvei Yerushalayim. And Hashem said to people who live in Yerushalayim, Latet mana le'kohanim ha'leviim. Hashem says, give to Kohanim and Leviim their share. Sorry. Whatever maaser should be given to Kohanim and Leviim, give it to them. Leman yechezku b'torat Hashem. So they should strengthen in Torah learning. Give to Kohen or Levi who is learning Torah maaser, so they should strengthen in their learning. And it says in Gemara Sanhedrin, chapter 11, page 90b, whoever learns, Kohen or Levi learns Hashem's Torah, he deserves a mana, he deserves a share. But you don't give maaser or teluma to Kohen Ha'aretz. Whoever makes Talmid Chacham have enjoyment from his money, who meet Asher, he will be rich. And there's a lot of good. And the maaser is given to Klal Yisrael, Torah, so they should all learn Torah. Cohen and Levi, they are sitting and learning all day long. Israel is supporting them. So who is holding up to the Torah? Everyone. They are learning, he's supporting, and they are all supporting the Torah. So one more time. Ma'aser nitan leIsrael. Since Cohen and Levi are learning Torah, and Maser is given to do for Israel, so they should all have a merit to support the Torah. Through the Maser that they'll get, Kohanim and Levim from Israel, they'll be able to learn Torah. Nimtza, Shekol Israel Garmuk Zot Torah. So comes out, the whole Klal Israel caused Zot Torah. This is the Torah. Torah should be learned. Torah should be kept. And the Torah is a tree of life for those who supporting it. I want to take a moment and say really, really, really thank you to all of you. And I want to tell you, throughout the year, you really sponsor a lot of shooting. Or Zera Shimshon, or Gemara, or Halacha, or something. Or you take the shiur and you spread to other people. You make other people learn Torah. That is supporting the Torah. So I want to make sure that you enter month of Elul. You should have like 10%, little bit happiness. Like, HaShem, I have good lawyers with me. I do spread the Torah throughout the year. And that's a big thing. That's a big thing. You should know today to make sure the next generation, young or old, to be safe. It's very important. Very important. This next generation really scares me with their anger, with their actions, they need help. This generation a lot needs help, but next generation as much. So today, when you send shiurim, doesn't matter any shiur, halacha, gemara, Zera Shimshon, Parashat, holiday shiurim, anything you send to your friends, and because of that shiur, one person will decide to keep one Shabbat, one time go to shul, one time wear tefillin, one time wear tzitzit, one time put the candle, one time make bracha. You made a change in that person's life. Could be you're saving their children, grandchildren, grandchildren for next generations. So I want to take a moment and thank you to all of you. Now, let's go next, please. If so, Amar Midrash, the Midrash says, you will be happy with all the good things Hashem does for you. Al Korchach, the mighty, Betovata Olam Haba, the Hainu Torah. When you supporting the Torah, you will have all good. Where? Here? No. In Olam Haba. We're forced to say it's in Olam Haba. Sha'arei Tovot Olam Hazeh. Because Hashem said before, the good things of this world, like you're going to have good grain, you're going to have good rain, you're going to have a lot of money, you're going to have Parashat, everything's good for this world. So it comes out when it says you will be happy with everything, comes out talks about Olam Haba. Ve'od, lo shayach b'hem kol kach simcha. And for those things, there's no words of happiness, right? And I'm not so much important to say you will be extremely happy, right? And things that happiness gives you in this world, you cannot just say it's so good, right? Because sometimes good for you, sometimes it's same thing bad for another person. Like, someone told me very scary thing. It says when someone comes out of the hospital, he's cured, but now there's a room for another sick person. So another person has to fill up. Or someone comes out of jail, you're happy he's coming out, but there's now room for another one. So see, anything good in this world happens, has borders. There's not ultimate good. But when a person learns Torah, there is no drop bad from learning Torah. Torah is ultimate. Everything is good. So when it says you'll be very happy, it means Olam Haba. And because of this, Midrash Yalkut explains the mighty B'zichut Torah. It talks about through the merit of the Torah, Shu Gorem b'ma'asirotah. which will cause through his maaser. When person gives maaser, then the Torah will have strength. Once Torah has strength, he is Olam Haba. He is good in Olam Haba. He is ultimate good. So therefore, how is it important? Not only we do ourselves, but we tell our children as well to protect the Torah, to support the Torah, to speak good about the Torah. שאם לא היית מתעשר, ועל כן, משה מסיר את ישראל, therefore משה רבנו is warning כלל ישראל, עשר תעשר, give מעשר, דהיינו, עשר בשביל שתתעשר, give מעשר so you should become rich, בוודאי, תתקיים הבטחה זאת שתתעשר, you will have this guarantee that you will become rich, אם לא היית מתעשר, if you wouldn't become rich, היית אומר, then what would you say? Now, if person gives maser to a Kohen or Levi, and he's not becoming, so what is he going to say? This Kohen is not learning good. Levi is not learning good. Shezeh Kohen or Levi, lo lamed. He's not learning. Or en or ra'ui, or he's not worthy. Or b'shul zeh, lo nit asharta. Actually, nit asharta. Because of this, you didn't become rich. So, person, if he gives maser, and he's not becoming rich, what is he going to say? He's going to say, I didn't become rich because Cohen is not learning good, Levi is not learning good, or maybe they don't deserve for me to give. So therefore, comes out, there's no guarantee. If person supporting with Maaser to Cohen or Levi, that they should become rich, listen to the bottom line. Unbelievable. Rambam explains it, Zera Shimshon explains it, and it's quoted from the words of Yalkut Shimoni. This is what Zera Shimshon saw in the words of Yalkut Shimoni. And possible. That this is the reason. You are allowed to test Hashem. What Hashem said in Malachi Gimel Yud, Hashem says, you could test me with this. You're not allowed to test Hashem with nothing. I'll keep kashrut, give me money. I'll keep Shabbat, give me business. No, you can't do that. But you could say, Hashem, I'll give 10%, you give me to become rich. Hashem says, you could test me with this. And not only that, because you're supporting the Torah that learns Kohen or Levi. By giving him Maaser, you'll become rich. So look what it says. Hashem says, even though I promised this myself, I'll pretend as if. Who promised you? A prophet or a messenger. How prophet or messenger? When they promise you, I have to fulfill. Same thing when it comes to Maaser or Tzedakah. Hashem says, I have to fulfill. Hashem says, whenever they promise you, I cannot go back. Same thing here, I promise you, as if they promise you, I cannot go back on these words. So therefore, when you support someone who learns Torah, you will be rich. Those days, only Kohen and Levi learned. They had no profession, and they were waiting for your master. Today, any person who learns Torah is considered like Kohen or Levi. Supporting the Torah, person becomes rich. Giving master, person becomes rich. Hashem should give everyone bracha v'atzlacha, chodesh tov to everyone. Chodesh Elul, ani ledodi vedodi li. Hashem should help us to learn and grow. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.